so we'll stop by. And in Laredo, we know a woman who makes jewelry. Oh, you know somebody who makes jewelry too? Yeah, there are a few people doing that these days, but do you know someone who makes jewelry with their feet? Well, you will soon if you'll just hop in and travel with me. I'm Bob Phillips. This is Texas Country Reporter. For post-World War II America, infantile paralysis was a nightmare that came out of nowhere. Often called polio, this invisible enemy swept across the nation, targeting young children, leaving them paralyzed, trapped in iron lungs, or worse. During the epidemic's peak in 1952, thousands would die from the disease while scientists worked desperately to find a cure. 3 years later, Jonas Salk announced his vaccine and became a national hero. As America celebrated a new victory, Joanne Brooks began the long, painful process of rehabilitation.
At age 4, I had polio. I was one of the last cases in Dallas. When I got home from the hospital, I remember that it felt like my hand was going to sleep. Let's go, take a drive.
While most cases resulted in lower body paralysis, Joanne lost the use of her arms. But she hasn't let disability stop her from living a normal life. She can drive while talking on a cell phone, and she just retired from a long career as a probation officer.
I've done a lot of things I never thought I would do. You want to prove that you're like everybody else. And you want to prove that you're not disabled and that you can do everything everybody else could. I mean, everybody told me I wouldn't be able to drive, and my mom was surprised when I got pregnant and had my first child, and was able to figure out how to, pick up and take care of a baby. It's effort, but if you want something, you have to do whatever you have to do to get there.
At least you don't do like my wife and try to text message while you're...
Well, I do.
You do?
I'm on the road so much that I do a lot of my business and check the email while I'm traveling.
After a lifetime of overcoming obstacles, Joanne wasn't content to sit idly in retirement, so she found an outlet for her creative energy in jewelry making. When you've learned to pick up an infant with your feet, picking up a pair of pliers is child's play.
It was just a hobby I picked up after my kids left, after spending a year in front of the TV wondering what to do, and bought some beads and started making them, and now it's an addiction that I enjoy doing all the time. I use this foot to give my hand leverage. So anything that I'm going to do, like putting on makeup or blow drying my hair or anything, and this foot.
'Cause you can't raise that arm just.
No, I've got no muscles in there. I mean, I've got
raising the arm
with my foot.
Your foot and your leg.
Yeah.
So you go to the grocery store.
I mean, I do. I mean,
What do you
I
do?
worked. I mean, I pull the cart. I mean, I have use of this hand, so I pull the cart and just put everything. I mean, I do everything that you do. I just do it a little bit different, and it may take me, a little bit longer. But when I say I do everything, I mean, my daughter graduated from the Air Force Academy, and we hiked the Inca Trail.
Using her feet to guide and support her left hand, she picks through the mountain of materials, stringing together wearable works of art. They're hip, handmade, and hit at trade shows.
Art allows me to break all the rules. I mean, as far as color and patterns, I get to combine a lot of things that people wouldn't normally combine. You know, I think most of my jewelry is fairly unique. I love jewelry to begin with, so everything I make is something that I would love to wear.
To watch Joanne Brooks' work is to be inspired, amazed, and humbled by the determination of a woman who never said, "I can't." But polio, it seems, refuses to be forgotten. Recently, Joanne noticed weakening in her healthy muscles, making jewelry work an even bigger challenge. Doctors call her new condition post-polio syndrome.
Polio is, you know, it would have been nice if it was just a one-time event. But now I've got this post-polio syndrome, you know, at least that's what the doctors say, where I've noticed I'm losing a lot of what I had, you know, the muscles that weren't originally affected. So I notice weakness in my legs, I notice, you know, loss of stuff with my hand. As far as the prognosis with the polio, the post-polio syndrome, you don't die from it, but you may suffocate when your lungs stop working. So it's going to be progressive and progressively deteriorating, you know, as I get older. Life is very precious. It can change from one minute to the other, so, you know, I'm just going to try to do everything I can and enjoy every day, make the most of it, and touch whatever lives I can, and, you know, see what happens.
Decades ago, a bright little girl named Joanne caught a fever that would alter her destiny forever. Today, her fight for life continues, the outcome still uncertain. In the end, she'll use what she has left to search for happiness, to do what she loves, and to be thankful for every moment she draws a breath.
I feel like I was meant to share my story with other people. I've never really thought of myself as disabled. You know, I think the disability is more in the mind of the people that see people that are different. We create our own barriers, and if you want to get to some place, you just have to work and do whatever you need to get there.
And if you don't find that woman inspirational, well, I fear there's little hope for you or the rest of us. We'll be right back.